So this is what it looks like on the outside perspective, just to give you an idea, in case you really couldn't tell how hard it was raining, what it was really like. It's 2:30 in the morning, it's a nightmare outside, and I'm waking up, I'm dead tired. I don't have anything set up, no tripod. I'm just gonna lay my controller down and try to get this thing in the air and test it out, because this is the first hardcore rain that we've had to test out the Mini 3 Pro. It's going up, down, or sideways. That's number one. Number two, the ports in the back, the open ports are sealed with the battery cover, and there's a hinge. It's the same system that we used on the Phantom 4 that was so good. So I borrowed the 3M adhesive that we used on that and applied it to the Mini 3 Pro. You'll notice there's no leg covers on here, because at this point I was still trying to keep it as light as possible, but I did away with that thinking and just went ahead and made a nice wetsuit for the drone. For those that don't need to worry about the weight, 0.4 ounces isn't going to kill anybody. So I'm comfortable with the added weight on the drone to give it the extra protection that it needs to fly in this type of rain on a daily basis. So that wetsuit will protect it in environment conditions like this. And as long as it's raining or gonna rain, you shouldn't have any issues with overheating, because the flight isn't going to be longer than 40 minutes. You should be able to get away with that with no problem. In sport mode, it flew fantastic, nice and silent, no sensors to bother you, except when landing. And when you do have all the sensors on, the wetsuit stays completely out of the way. And when you're not using the tabs to seal the gimbal, those, as I mentioned earlier, they fit right on top of the drone. They're used in different ways, and they also stay out of the way. It's just a really nice, easy system to work with. We got away from the bands that we used on the Mini 2, and we utilized the hinge cover on the back, which in this case worked really, really well. Whereas with the Mini 2, the bands were much better for that drone. So that's it. At this point, I take it up in the air a couple hundred feet, and that's the footage that you've already seen trying to capture the lightning bolt. And as stated, we'll make them in black, lunar purple, rescue red, and neon blue.
Yeah, let's take you up in the air.